Hey guys, this is Greg, your hospitality director here at Santa Clara First Baptist Church. Today's meal is one that was a favorite during the 31 days of prayer and fasting. It's our Minestrone Soup. So let's begin. I've already started with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, getting nice and warm in the pot here. We're going to first add our onions, carrots, celery, and zucchini. We're going to let that saute for about 3 to 5 minutes. Get nice and soft. Now we're going to add the garlic. We're going to let that cook down for about another minute. Just kind of soften it up a little bit. Now we're going to add the Italian seasoning. Just a little pinch of salt. You don't need a lot of salt. And your black pepper. We want those seasonings to bloom a little bit, so we're going to let it cook for about another minute. Now we add the 1 can of diced tomatoes. I like to use the one that already has some Italian seasoning built into it. Gives a little bit more flavor. Then we add our vegetable stock. We're going to add 8 cups of vegetable stock. Gives it a nice rich flavor. And then to give it that great tomato taste, we've got the 6 ounces of tomato paste. Now you're going to let this come to a simmer. It's going to take about maybe 10-15 minutes. And then at that point, we're going to add the beans and we're almost done. Now it's time to add the beans. We got 1 can of white beans and 1 can of kidney beans. We're going to add that in. And the original recipe called for about a half a cup of frozen green beans. I like to increase that to about a cup. Put that in there. And you're going to let that simmer again for about 10-15 minutes. Let it just kind of get all those flavors melded together. Then we're going to wrap it up. We'll check the salt and pepper levels, make sure the seasoning's good, and then the soup's good to go. And we'll talk a little bit more about the pasta next. So it's been a little while now. We've checked the flavoring. It needs a little bit more pepper, a little bit more salt. Now normally with the minestrone, you have a shell pasta that's cooked with the soup. But during the 31 days of prayer and fasting, I was abstaining from and staying away from carbs, and so we wouldn't add the pasta. Instead, we'd cook it separately on the side, and normally it is a shell pasta, but the kids like the Rotinni pasta. So we pre-cook a pound of pasta, set it aside, and when it's time to serve, we just ladle the soup over the pasta, brings it back to temperature, and it's a great way the kids get to choose what they want, but they're still eating a healthy meal with the vegetable minestrone soup. All right, so here we are with the finished soup. We got our bowl of pasta. It's just a nice ladle. Make sure you get some of the broth. And to top it off, we just put a little bit of parsley. And there you have minestrone soup. Enjoy.